Genesis 10 verses 21 to 32 go like this. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth the elder, even to him were children born. The children of Shem, Elam, and Asher, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram. The children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, and Gether, and Mash. And Arphaxad begat Selah, and Selah begat Eber. And unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided. And his brother's name was Joktan. And Joktan begat Almodad, and Sheleph, and Hazar Maveth, and Jerah, and Hadoram, and Uzal, and Diklah, and Obal, and Abimael, and Sheba, and Ophir, and Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan. And their dwelling was from Mesha, as thou goest on the Sephar, a mount of the east. These are the sons of Shem, after their families, after their tongues, and their lands, after their nations. These are the families of the sons of Noah, after their generations, in their nations. And by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood. We get the word Semites from Shem. It has come to refer only to the Jews, but it has a much broader application biblically. Shem is first noted as the father of the line of Eber, his great-grandson. If you watch this video, please click like and subscribe or follow and share the video with someone else. Save it to favorites, watch it again, repost it, and feel free to make comments. Eber's son Peleg marks the significant event coming up at Babel that affected all of the rest of the earth's history and moved forward the repopulation of the earth, possibly the beginning of human races in terms of skin color and that epicanthic fold of skin on the Asiatic's eyes. We shall see this soon. Shem's son Elam lends his name to a great early empire in what is now part of Iran. It was a significant political entity in the ancient Near East after the Babel dispersal. Some of the oldest written records of man are located from there. We must understand that scholars talk about the oldest tablets or parchments they have in hand. That doesn't necessarily mean they are the oldest in actual date, because documents that are found in a later age may be copies of even earlier documents which we don't have the originals of. For instance, the earliest copies of Homer's Iliad we have are from the 900s AD. However, we know that the Iliad was penned over 1,000 years earlier. So don't be fooled when someone says, quote, the earliest writing came from Samaria. No, the earliest copies of writings we can find maybe from Samaria or Elam. That doesn't mean that the earliest writing comes from there. Only that's the evidence we have. But all of the spades and shovels of archaeology will never dig up most of history. And we must be cautious with absolute statements made from incomplete evidence. Genesis 14:9, with Kedorlaomer, the king of Elam, and with Tidal, king of nations, and Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Elasar, 4 kings with 5. Asher built Nineveh, Assyria's capital, which we have seen, and lent his name to that great empire of the ancient world. Assyria and Asher are translated from the same word. Numbers 24:22. Nevertheless, the Kenites shall be wasted until Asher shall carry thee away captive. The scholars of the Enlightenment era denied that Assyria existed other than as a myth in the Bible. The Bible was the only testimony of the empire historically. Then in the early 1800s, the remains of Nineveh were uncovered in what is today northern Iraq. Information began to be revealed that confirmed the Bible account, teaching us not to doubt the Bible. Science may catch up to it, but it is never in danger of being wrong. Aram's child Uz is noteworthy as lending his name to the land where the Bible character Job dwelled. Job 1:1. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil. Uz was in the area that later became Edom, which plays prominently in the Bible. Lamentations 4:21, the first part of that says, Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, thou dwellest in the land of Uz. Edom was in current-day southern Jordan. Although it is a fascinating study to trace each of these names to their linguistic roots or try to figure out where they wound up after the Babel, or who they were after Babel, or who they were the ancestor of, I doubt it will be helpful in moving the narrative along to the next important step in man's, quote, development, or rather his devolution. Nevertheless, these were the nations or families and tribes that the world of men was divided into after the flood and the Babel event. Now we'll stop and go to chapter 11 next. I ask you to open your Bible today and read it, letting God speak to you through his word. To study your Bible, cross-referencing the verses, which is a separate thing. And before you do either one, please pray to God for wisdom and understanding and share your interpretation with someone else. Now, you can purchase my comments on Amazon in Kindle or paperback form. Read them on my blog. I'll post the links below. And I look forward to seeing what your comments are. And I thank you for watching and listening to this video.